everybody. Welcome back to another mini episode of Attitudes with Andy. This is the place where we get to learn and grow on how we can be our best selves. Usually we have the incredible guests, but today, as always, on Wednesdays, you have solo Andy to teach you a thing or two. Okay, so first of all, I'm doing something crazy. And I'm recording without my headphones on, so I have no idea how the audio sounds. And as an OCD, passionate audio lover, this feels scary, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We'll work through it. Okay. Anyway, so today I thought it would be really fun. And when I mean a listener suggested this to me, that I say my key takeaway from each episode of season 3. So that is what we're doing today. As you guys know, I've decided we're not going to do seasons anymore, but you know, there was still season 3, so let's do it. Okay, so I will let you guys know the title of it, and we're going to go in order. And I have it on my laptop here. Okay, so the first episode of season 3 was with Chloe Bramage. She is a business and mindset coach, and holy shit, she is next level. This year in January alone, she made 80K. So she's a bit of a big dog. So the episode was called Habits and Mindsets to Level the Fuck Up. And this podcast was genuinely one of my favorites. But I think the key takeaway was when she spoke about knowing your values and actually living by them and reflecting and being like, wait, I say I value health and fitness, yet I'm out at night partying, getting not much sleep, drinking and eating shit food. It's like, well, do I actually value that? And so it's looking at your actions and what you say and making sure they actually pair up, because that's what's going to take you to where you want to be. And that was a massive slap in the face. And let me tell you, I used to say I value health and fitness, and I do value health and fitness, but when we did that episode, I reflected, well, I'm not really doing those things, am I? So change some things, and now we're living in alignment. Chef's kiss. It's my new thing, guys. Okay, next episode was with Didge. He is the owner and founder of a construction company on the Gold Coast, very successful businessman. And this episode was called Gratitude and Trusting the Journey to Success. Okay, I'm going to cheat, and I have 2 key takeaways from this. The first one was when he spoke about make sure you know kind of where you want to go and what you want to do, because the journey is not going to be easy. Like, it's going to be hard, and it's going to be a challenge, and it's going to be like walking up a mountain. And that really hit home, because there's so many things that we probably want to do, but we need to make sure that what we're doing is literally what we want to do, because the journey to success isn't going to be easy. And if you've listened to any podcast episode with successful people, they always say how hard the journey is. So I really like that he was like, make sure this is what you want to be doing. And the other one, I think, was when he said, make sure that your employees are happy first. That is the first thing, because if people's mental health aren't good, then everything falls at the door. Like, nothing matters. So make sure you're looking after your employees' minds. And also, obviously, that applies to your mind, because, again, if you're not happy, then no one is thriving. So you really do have to come first. I really love that. Okay. The next episode was with Mr. Adam Green. He is a men's coach. He is the head coach at Brotherhood Gym, and then he also has his own programs where he teaches about mindset and then also training your body. So this episode was called How to Find Your Purpose and Live in Alignment. My key takeaway is so easy from this, and it's when Adam spoke about how he had a job during the pandemic, and then unfortunately he lost that job. And in that moment he decided, I'm actually just going to go all in on me. I'm not going to go get another job. I'm going to do what I want to do and just send it. And it sounded scary as hell, but it obviously paid off. And I think in life, like, you have to take that jump, and you're going to be put in that position where you're going to be cornered, and sometimes you just have to jump and trust that the universe is going to catch you. I know that sounds a bit woo-woo, but that was a huge takeaway, and it's kind of like moving before you're ready. So thank you, Adam. Oh, next episode. It's so funny. Every episode I'm like, oh my God, I love this one. I'm reminiscing now. Okay, next episode was with Mr. Glenn James. guys. Oh my gosh, I'm fangirling. So Glenn James is the host of My Millennial Money podcast, which is, I think, maybe the first or second, the number one or number two biggest finance podcast in Australia. It's amazing. I've been listening to him for years. Anyway, managed to get the man on the podcast. And this episode is called How to Use Your 20s to Get Wealthy. Now, we're all going to know my key takeaway from this if you listen to this episode. And if you're in your 20s and you haven't listened to this episode, guys, you need to listen to it. It'll make you feel so much better. But the key takeaway was when he spoke about how you are better off investing your money at this age into upskilling yourself in your career so that you can get better in your career and progress, because that will pay off way more than just putting 20, 50, $100 aside each week and investing it in the S&P 500, because your ability to make money in your career or your business, whichever one you choose, is its highest payoff. And so if you have some spare money and then you choose to do a course that upskills yourself that either gets you a promotion or it means you're better in your business, and then you can earn more money, that is a way bigger payoff. So that made me feel so much better about myself, because I was like, cool. And he totally spoke about how he built his business before he started investing, and he kind of went all in, because that has paid off so much better than if he had have just been putting a bit of money away and saving that. And so that was definitely my key takeaway. I think I tell everyone about that. Anyway. Okay, the next episode was with Jamison Herring. He is one of my friends, and it was about how he did the 75 Hard Challenge, which is a bit of a cooked challenge. Okay, I think my favorite thing about Jamison's was just how much he prefaces discipline, because we all hear about it, discipline over motivation and all of that, but he took it to the extreme. Guys, he was doing 2 45-minute workouts every single day. Pretty sure he was drinking like a gallon of water. He had 0 cheat meals. He was reading. He was journaling. He was doing a lot of things. And to do that every single day for 75 days, that's a lot. And so he really prefaced it. Oh my God, stop using that word if you can't say it, Andy. How you really do have to just lean on discipline. And I really loved how he said, I have pretty much failed in every single thing I've done in my life apart from this. And my sister really loved that, because she was like, it just shows that if you put your mind to it, anyone can do it. Like, you don't have to be a special type of human to, not that Jamison isn't special, he's very special, but you don't have to be a special type of human to do these things. You just have to choose to do the hard things. So that's really cool, guys. We can all do the hard things. Okay, gosh, I feel like I'm taking a breath of air. Okay, next episode was with Tyron Mowbray. Don't know why I sang that. He is a sex and relationship coach. This is the second time we've had him on the podcast, because you guys can't get enough of him. And I love that. And I can't either. He is just amazing. So this episode was called How to Heal a Broken Heart. It was for all my beautiful friends out there who are going through heartbreak, or if you're not going through heartbreak right now, I'm so happy that episode is there for if/whenever that does happen. So you got that there. I think my key takeaway from this episode was how normal it is to kind of pick yourself apart when things end with somebody, even if it was on your terms, but especially if it wasn't, because I've definitely experienced this where I just have absolutely picked myself apart and being like, what is wrong with me? Am I not this? Am I not that? Like, if only I had this, like, and just like absolutely tearing myself apart. And that was when I had the lowest self-esteem. And when he was like, yeah, that's normal, I was like, what? I'm not crazy? So that was very comforting. And how he just spoke about how it's good to mourn the relationship and to mourn the fact that you're never going to be with that person, and it's just not going to end how you thought it was going to end, and just giving yourself time and space, not just like, you got to get under someone to get over someone, that one. So that one was a really good one, and I got so many beautiful messages about that, so thank you. Okay, the next episode was with my beautiful friend. Sorry, Andy's broken. one moment. Okay. I'm not even nervous. I'm just excited, guys. Okay. The next episode was with my beautiful friend Talara. I actually met her walking dogs on the beach. So if that's not wholesome, I don't know what it is. If that's not wholesome, I don't know what it is. Hang on. Let me have some water, guys. Okay. Stunning. Lol. Okay, so Talara's episode was called Conquering Life's Storms, Talara's Journey of Surviving Cancer and Grief. This was one of the most special episodes I have ever done. And it was just stunning. And she spoke so well. And she said her story in just perfect words. It was just amazing. And if you've listened to it, you'll know what I mean. And she got a lot of beautiful messages from this. But I think my key takeaway would have to be that we are the ones who know our bodies the best. Like, we really are. And she went to doctor after doctor, like the same doctor, but she kept going back being like, something's not right, something's not right. And the doctor kept being like, no, this is normal, this is fine, until it wasn't fine. And it turns out she has cancer. And I think it's just, she clearly knew that her body, something was wrong. And so I think it's trusting that, even if professionals say like, no, it's fine, because like they're not magicians. Like, they can't always get it right. And so just trust yourself. That's what I got from that. Okay, the next episode is with Jonty James. He is a breath work coach, and he is also the co-founder of I Am Human, which is a very cool group. And this episode is called Harnessing the Power of Breathwork for a More Joyful Life. My key takeaway. We had a lot of deep chats here. I would probably say my key takeaway was learning about how much radical change you can make in your life. Jonty used to be a stressed out, overworked banker in New Zealand, I think. Now he's chilled out dude who teaches breath work on the Gold Coast. And he really honed in how much just focusing on your breath, slowing things down, can help with like your sleep, your mood, your anxiety, all of that. So that one was very beautiful. Okay, next episode is with Guy Anderson. He is the co-founder of, I've forgotten how to English, of the Brotherhood Gym. And this episode is called Redefining the Alpha Male. Ooh, okay. Key takeaway. If you've listened to this episode did not go how either of us thought it would, but it was still a good conversation nonetheless. I think, it would have to be when he spoke about men and how important it is for them to have a community, because I think a lot of people say when they're in a relationship, like, oh, they're my best friend. And whilst I think it's stunning to have deep chats and openness with your partner, I think at the end of the day, especially like women, we tend to naturally have our groups of safety and where we'll talk and share and everything. But I think guys have that a lot less, and they might have communities where they'll go and have a beer, but they're not really talking about what's going on. And then they might not want to share that with their partner because they're scared about being seen as weak or whatever. And so I think having a group of strong men who can open up about anything and everything is actually so important. And I really do believe that. And so I think it's such a green flag when you meet a guy and he has a strong group of guy friends who actually will talk about things, even if they're messy topics and all of that. So the next one, we're nearly at the end of season 3, guys. Crazy. Okay, next episode was with my friend Brooke Matheson. He I've forgotten how to English. I'm so sorry, guys. Okay. She is the head coach at Health Hyped, which is an online community teaching women how to be strong in the gym and in life. And she also does her own mindset coaching, which is really cool. So this episode is called The Power of Consistency, How Women Can Build Strong Bodies and Minds in the Gym. Okay, can I just say that this was the first time Brooke and I met, and it was just vibes instantly. Love you, Brooke. Okay, I would have to say, key takeaway. it's probably not crazy for you guys, but it kind of was for me. How she said that any diet works as long as you stick to it. And she wasn't meaning that as in you should go be keto or go be paleo or whatever it is. But it's like, yeah, any diet might work. Like you might see things on YouTube of like the keto or the paleo, as I just said. But you could go about weight loss or building muscle in a more sustainable way and just including all the things, but just smaller portions so that you're not depriving yourself of cookies or ice cream or pizza and then you just go binge them. So that's what she was prefacing. I need to stop saying that word. That's so good. That's going to be the word of the day, guys. If you've gotten this far, please message me. Prefacing. I don't even know how to spell it. I swear I went to school. Okay. But that is what she was pushing on. Oh, I don't know how to. Yeah, okay. You guys get what I mean. All right, on to the next episode. Next episode was with Layla Georgia. She is the business manager at Hi Smile. Guys, Hi Smile toothpaste is one of the craziest growth of businesses I have ever seen. I think last year alone they made like 96 million. Kim Kardashian uses Hi Smile. It is wild. Anyway, we were very fortunate to have Layla on, who's an old friend of mine, and the episode is called Career Clarity, Navigating the Journey to Success, Satisfaction, and Fulfillment. Oh my goodness, Layla had so much golden nuggets to bring to people, and it was really nice having somebody who works kind of a traditional 9 to 5, but is just loving it, and that is what works for her. And my key takeaway would have to be how she said, know how you work and know kind of what makes you happy. As in, she said that she does have an entrepreneurial mind, but at the same time, she loves people and she loves being around people. And she knows that building a business can actually be really lonely. And that's not something that she actually wants to go down because she needs to be around people and that's what fulfills her. So then working at this job where she's mainly in charge of people and culture is perfect for her. Whereas somebody might really thrive being alone a lot of the time and working hard, and therefore an entrepreneurial route might be really good. So that was my key takeaway, and I love that. I was like, yes, know how you work and what works. Okay. The second last episode is by Lisa. She is a dietitian, a non-diet dietitian, and this episode is called Intuitive Eating for Life, Ditching Diets and Finding Food Freedom. This one was brilliant because Lisa really talks about finding peace with food and how it's so important because if your thoughts are being consumed like 50% or more during the day about food or exercise, then that's probably something that you wanna look into. My key takeaway from this episode would be how she said it's actually really normal to emotional eat, and everyone does it, or maybe not everyone does it, but everyone like feels like it, or it's really normal basically to want to emotional eat. Does that mean you have to choose that option, or can you choose a more comforting option like speaking to a friend about what's actually going on instead of devouring a whole tray of donuts or whatever it is? But that was like, oh, okay, that's normal. Okay, cool. Thank you for normalizing that. Okay, the last episode for season 3 was with Mr. I've just completely forgotten how to English, was with Mr. Lewis Huckstep. This episode is called Mindsets for Success, Unleashing Your Potential and Finding Your Passions. I freaking loved this episode. I say that about every episode. Okay, but my key takeaway was how he said, you are not lost. No one is lost. Everyone is actually themselves at their core, and what we're actually wanting to do is remove everything that isn't us, okay? So all the negative self-talk, all the conditionings, all the habits that aren't us, we just want to remove, and then we actually meet our true selves. And I really, really love that because I think, especially in your 20s, it's so common for people to be like, I'm just feeling really lost. I don't know who I am. And it's like, you are you. You just need to take off these masks and these layers that we put on ourselves. So that was really awesome. So guys, that is the whole summary for season 3. I don't think I've ever tried to speak so fast in my freaking life. I was just doing it because it's a mini episode and I always say how short they are. And I've already been recording for like 20 minutes, but that's fun. It was worth it. So guys, I'm so honored to be able to speak to all of these people. They are truly amazing. And thank you for listening and sharing. And when you message me about particular episodes, it really gives me an indication of what you loved. So please message me your favorite episode and why. And then I can make sure that we kind of go down the vibes of that. So thank you guys once again. There's so much love and energy that gets put into this podcast. And by simply just sharing, subscribing and liking and all of that, it goes a long way. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next week for another episode. Oh, by the way, if you want to follow me on Instagram, we've got a new Instagram, so please go follow that. Really trying to build the followers. It's at Attitudes with Andy, and then my personal is andy.bentley_. Okay, I love you all. Mwah. Bye.